everyone, my name is Andrea. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys why I deleted Instagram. So first, I'm going to go over all the different reasons that led me to delete Instagram in the first place, and then I'm going to share with you guys how my life has been since. And I'm also going to give you guys some tips on how you can delete Instagram too, because I know a lot of us don't have the courage to do it. I had Instagram since 2015, and I finally decided to delete it in October 2023. So I've been Instagram-less for about 4 months. I no longer have any type of social media except YouTube, if that counts. It took me so long to realize that Instagram was a complete waste of time. It's honestly ridiculous and even embarrassing how much time I would spend taking pictures and taking selfies, all to just post on the internet. I can be using this valuable time for something more important. And then we're complaining that we don't have enough time to do the things that we actually want to do, but yeah, we have enough time to take a bunch of pictures. Going to cool places even became anxiety provoking because anytime I would go anywhere, all I was thinking about was,
how am I gonna get a good picture here?
I wasn't even enjoying the trip for what it was. And also, I just became fed up with keeping up with the lives of people that I don't care about. People who are from my past and I don't want to be reminded of. I just felt like this whole unfollowing everyone you don't like was kind of annoying because, to be honest with you guys, I don't want to keep up with anyone. When you're trying to create a life for yourself, keeping up with the lives of other people is just really, really distracting. And it's not something personal. I think a lot of us underestimate what looking at stories and a bunch of different posts all the time does to our brain. Like, our brain is the most important thing we have, and it's so important that you pay close attention to what you expose your brain to. If you're watching like over 100 stories a day of different people, it's like as if you're meeting 100 different people. Yeah, maybe you're not doing it in person, but it doesn't mean your brain isn't exhausted. And it's because you're exposing your brain to all sorts of people that you would have never been exposed to in real life. I became very, very attention-seeking and self-absorbed. Now, I'm speaking from my experience. I'm not saying that everyone who uses Instagram will be like this. I honestly was not like this before Instagram. This is something that happened so slowly and is so normalized now. Instagram was making me rely on external validation more and more. I struggle with insecurity and kind of a low self-esteem. And the reason I feel like I was so addicted to using Instagram was because posting things made me feel worthy as a person. You guys, how pathetic is that? Like, the more likes I got on a picture, the better I felt. And that's just the truth. It's just weird because your self-worth shouldn't come from a picture. You want to get your validation from yourself and no one else. Another major reason I deleted Instagram, and a more obvious one, was because it was making me feel terrible about myself. I was constantly comparing myself to the people on there. And even if you think you don't, you do. Even though we know people on there are only posting like the best pictures of themselves, their best moments, not when they're depressed, not when they're going through life struggles, yet we still are like,
everyone's life is just so much better than mine.
I feel like Instagram makes you take the life you live for granted. It makes you think that everyone else is living a better life than you, when really, your situation's pretty good. I knew I disliked Instagram for a long time, but even though I was very aware that it was causing my anxiety and a lot of my depression, I was still not willing to let it go because I was just so addicted to the validation. It wasn't until I realized how distracting Instagram was from allowing me to figure out who I am as a person and the life that I truly want. Seriously, you guys, Instagram is so freaking distracting. It literally interrupts you all throughout your day. In order to really understand who you are and what you want from life, you need to have like moments of silence, moments when you're alone, moments of boredom. Like, these are the times where you really get to know yourself. I feel like a lot of people, especially nowadays, don't really know who they are. How would you know if you're constantly freaking distracted by this app? A lot of times we're the ones getting in our own way of knowing ourselves, okay? If you are on social media, clearly it means you have extra time in your day. What are you doing? Do you want to spend your precious time, especially when you're somebody who's young, when you have the least amount of responsibilities that you'll ever have? You're deciding to waste all that precious time on social media. Instagram also really embraced my laziness. Like anytime I would go on Instagram, even if it was for just a couple minutes while I lay in my bed, I would not feel like doing anything good for myself afterwards. Like I did not want to do chores around the house. I did not want to do my homework. I would never get started on the things that I wanted to do, like putting more effort into my YouTube videos, going to the gym more often, reading books, all because I would always be procrastinating on Instagram. In my opinion, at least, if you really want to reach the goals that you have, you really want to be someone in life, but you're not naturally talented, you're not a fast learner, you didn't come from a privileged background, you cannot afford to be on social media, especially not Instagram. Like seriously, if you are set on reaching the goals that you have for yourself and you don't have any advantages, what are you doing wasting time on social media? And I just really want you guys out there to do everything you can to reach the goals you have for yourself. That is my biggest issue with Instagram and just social media in general. It gets in the way of people living the life that they want. And honestly, some people might think again that I'm kind of exaggerating or I'm being extreme, but seriously, it really does, because to reach the aspirations you have, all those things, like it takes so much time and effort, even for people who are smart and talented. Realize that if you have time to be on social media, don't be complaining that you're not living the life that you want, okay? And I really do mean that. I don't really believe in like moderate use of social media because the harmful effects will still be there. Like, at least from my perspective, if an app is doing any type of harm to my brain, even just slightly, why am I gonna keep it? Unless I'm making some money out of it, I'm not gonna keep it. Celebrities aren't even on social media that much. Did you guys know a lot of celebrities on Instagram, their accounts are driven or managed by like their managers or their team? Like a lot of us think that they're on there. They're not. They know how harmful social media is. Yeah, we're there as a consumers just watching this stuff, taking all the bad things. Like, we work for Instagram. Instagram doesn't work for us. The developers of these apps know that Instagram makes you depressed. But that's precisely what they want. At least this is my philosophy, okay? Because when people are depressed or they're going through something mentally, that makes them weak. And when people are weak, they are easy to control. And that's what these big business people want. They want you to be weak so they're able to keep you addicted to this app. These people are not interested in helping you achieve the life that you want. They just want your attention so they can make money from it. They don't want you to think for yourself. They don't want you to prioritize your well-being, because if they did, they wouldn't make Instagram so distracting. Unfortunately, it is your responsibility to look out for yourself, because if you don't, no one else will. Ever since I deleted Instagram, I have so much more time for myself. For all the goals that I have more time for my partner, I have more time for my family. Once you get rid of the app, you're like, whoa, the day is really long. I am much more present in my life, and my life is just so much more enjoyable. Like whenever I go to concerts or anything like that, I'm no longer taking pictures all the time, taking videos. When you're doing that, you're not fully present in the moment. There was this feeling that I was missing ever since I turned 18, honestly, of just enjoying my life more. And I really just don't know how to explain it, but ever since I deleted Instagram, I just feel like I'm living again. I'm much more creative also because I actually have time to think. I'm also less anxious. You know, a lot of things about Instagram made me anxious. Seeing the likes I'm getting, the comments, whether or not my picture was nice. Oh my goodness, you guys, my attention span is so much better. For the longest time, I wanted to read more books, and now I can read books in literally a week, which is something I could have not done if you asked me 2 years ago. I could not do that. And another big one, I do not care so much about what people think anymore. I'm not going to say I fully don't care about people's opinions, because I still do a little bit, but I live my life now how I want. Ultimately, you guys, if you're planning to get rid of Instagram, I recommend you do it cold turkey. Don't, overthink it, and do not just deactivate your account, delete it, okay? It gives you 30 days to log back in. They do that because they don't want you to get rid of Instagram. It's a tactic so you can come back, but you gotta resist. If you're debating whether or not to delete Instagram, practice being vulnerable, okay? Truly ask yourself how Instagram makes you feel. When you go on that app, does it make you feel good? Does it make you feel bad? You need to be very, very self-aware of your emotions and your feelings. That's how I was able to figure out that Instagram was making me feel terrible. And don't lie to yourself. It's okay to admit things. Like when I told myself, yeah, you're becoming attention seeking, Andrea, I did not want to accept it. But it was the truth. And that is the only way you're going to make any progress. I had to admit to myself that I was wasting a bunch of time on this. But a lot of us, our ego won't let us admit things like that. And if you do delete Instagram, yay, realize that not a lot of people are going to be supportive of it. And please don't pay attention to it, okay? Who cares if they're not supportive of it? If you're afraid you're going to lose your close friends, you're not. They are one text away. And if you lose your friendships over not having social media, then I don't really think they were your friends to begin with. You might seem a little weird because now when I tell people I don't have social media, they look at me a little weird. And I am weird anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. But at the end of the day, are you going to prioritize the opinions of others? Or are you going to prioritize your own well-being? And I also just want to say that deleting Instagram or just social media in general is not the solution to all your problems in your life, okay? I don't have any more social media and still I have a lot of different problems in my life. But I can guarantee you that not having social media will make your life better, 100%, okay? But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below your thoughts on this video and whether or not you deleted Instagram or, did I convince you to want to delete it? Please, because if I convinced one of you to delete Instagram, this video was completely worth it. And if I didn't, well, I guess that's okay too. I have no choice. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. I love you guys. Bye.